Welcome to the Real Academy, brought to you each Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by
the Resilience DoctHers,
Dr. Sheikah Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor, best-selling authors, consultants, and speakers of Create and Educate LLC. Create and Educate LLC is an educational consultant and literary firm that provides professional development to schools and community. Their goal is to transform organizations with the REALL resilient framework used to increase their school report card grades 2 and 3 grade levels in 1 year. REALL stands for Respect, Excellence, Accountability, Literacy, and Leadership. This framework is used to coach leaders and teachers and build student efficacy while putting systems in place that aligns the work of the school improvement, making the process manageable. When the work is manageable, teachers and leaders don't stress out or burn out.
The Resilience DoctHers.
Alignment systems are designed to help schools evolve and grow, all while instituting protocols and processes designed to promote collaboration and collegiality. The implementation of the alignment framework prevents some of the most common problems in education, where leaders sometimes aren't sure where to start, or in our new age of educating, leaders need a trusted sounding board that allows them to be vulnerable and transparent, preventing loneliness at the top. The framework doesn't just help leaders, but also prevents teachers from burning out from too many initiatives and embracing teachers as they are the experts. Finally, the framework extends to the children, helping them get engaged in school and solving a nationwide problem. Alignment systems are frequently referred to as a key element of success in the improvement process. In the sport of rowing, all rowers must put their oars in the water, succinctly creating a system for their boat to reach maximum speed. So schools that want to improve are bringing in
the Resilience DoctHers
to teach them all about the alignment systems that must be in place for school improvement to be accomplished at high levels. The dynamic duo provides insights into educational topics through their international platform, which includes educators, parents, and community members as a way to support important entities that make communities thrive. This is their way to pay it forward and provide the support they needed through their platform. Take a look. People who work with
the Resilience
describe them as
DoctHers.
an excellent and inspiring group of leaders. They get into the weeds of work with leaders through their TrustMate Institute that you should contact them about today by filling out the contact form on their website.
Great morning. It is Super Saturday, everyone. Welcome to episode 237 of the Real Academy, brought to you by Create and Educate with your very own Resilience DoctHers. I'm Dr. Sheikah Houston, and today looks a little bit different because our sister, or my sister and co-host, Dr. Tammy Taylor, she's out today, and we want to ask the entire Real family to keep her family lifted up in prayer. Her mother, Miss Lula Smith, recently transitioned to be with the Lord. So Tammy, if you are watching, or anyone in your family, just know that we love you. We have you in our prayers. We are thinking about you and your family during this time. So we know that it's going to take time. So take the time that you need. And, we are all here. And I am grateful that we have someone special joining us today. So we have with us Dr. Melissa Jones-Chunu. She's a longtime Real Fam member. She is supporting us all the way from Oklahoma. So she is an administrator with a heart for kids and a deep belief in doing what is right for students and teachers. Welcome, Dr. Melissa Jones-Chunu.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Sheikah Houston. It is truly an honor to be here today with the Real Academy family. I have been a longtime listener and supporter, and I'm excited to join the conversation today.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, if this is your first time tuning in, you may be wondering who are the Resilience DoctHers. And if you are a real fan member, you know that we always want you to start off with how you kept it resilient this week. How did the work keep you resilient this week?
Well, Sheikah, I'm glad you asked. Dr. Sheikah and Dr. Tammy Taylor are best selling authors, children book authors, award winning educators, and speakers who transformed their schools after improving their report card ratings 2 and 3 grade levels in 1 year. That's absolutely amazing.
Thank you. And it was hard work, and we did it with our phenomenal staffs. And after we improved our schools, 2 and 3 report cards, grade levels in 1 year, people, of course, began to ask. And I think that's our number one question. What did you do? How did you do it? And so that's what led us to develop our real framework that you see at the top of the pane over our shoulders, and also our real turnaround model. So that stands for respect, excellence, accountability, literacy, and leadership. And we basically align your school around improvement correlates. These are things that have been research driven and based on making schools improve and making them effective. So, as senior staff developers for Create and Educate, if your school is CSI, Priority, ATSI, or a school that has had recent principal turnover because it's a lot of pressure, if you have not had the desired literacy growth or growth in some of your populations, like African American students, multilanguage learners, or students who receive special services, then we are seeking partnerships to help you turn these situations around, because we've exited these lists and we want to help other people do the same thing. Our goal is not to help you just to recover. But our goal is also to position you to be the next documented success story. And then with that partnership, you will be joining us in future turnaround work, because there's lots of people who need this help. And also, if you're looking for a children's book author or a visit, make sure you contact us as well.
Absolutely. And if you cannot bring these two magnificent educators into your school, just keep tuning into the Real Academy, where they have impacted over 300,000. I'm going to say that again. They have impacted over 300,000 educators and about 7 million students through this free professional development. Free, y'all, free professional development. Starting off each Saturday, the Super Saturday by Principal Cafe, 10 a.m. Sean Hurt, 10:30 a.m. You Create and Educate in the Real Academy. At 11 o'clock, the Leaders Mentor and the GOAT AP and New Principals Academy with Principal Cafe. And Sunday, the PGP podcast with Dr. Moreno and Principal Josh Tovar.
Absolutely. And Dr. Melissa Jones Chunu has also co-hosted PGP podcast as well. So we appreciate her. It is announcement time, and please like, share, and subscribe. Send the stars, make the comments as I see you all are doing. Thank you all for the prayers for Tammy and her family. Do all of the things that the platforms do, because that helps us build these algorithms. And I'm going to shoot through these announcements really quickly. Shout out to the Chester, South Carolina alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. We had a phenomenal time. I was a panelist for Red Room Chat. A lot of wisdom in the room. We had a lot of fun. It was just phenomenal. So, shout out to these ladies for hosting a great event where we learned a lot about each other, about our mental and physical wellness. It was just a great event. And thank you all for having me. Shout out to my South Carolina, our hearing officers roundtable people. These are my peeps, my roundtable peeps, hearing officers. We got phenomenal feedback from our last event at the South Carolina School Board Association. It was stated that there was more time needed, a must attend event. This is the information that we needed. So we will also be presenting coming up in June at the SCASA, that's the South Carolina Association of School Leaders Conference. So we will get to share more of that knowledge and information that the people need. If you missed Parent University, where I was the featured speaker for parenting the next generation in our new world, you can go back and watch it on my page. I shared it. A lot of great feedback on that as well. And if you have not signed up for the Soaring Summit, a mother-daughter experience, this is on Saturday, March 28th, and it's going to be held at Chester Middle School at 9 a.m. Dr. Taylor and I will be hosting a mother-daughter workshop that is just going to really help mothers and daughters relate more. So if you haven't signed up, please do so. And again, Amir's Awakening, if you have not ordered your copy, please do. And thank you to all of those who have. We have received multiple bulk orders from Canada, Oklahoma, Baltimore, Houston, to name a few, and we're hoping to receive even more. We've been on some authors visits, and we hope to have more of those as well. And our Synergy Lab helps schools understand how we show up across generations. So this has to do with personalities, but also how that personality shows up within a team. So we've been hosting these for leadership teams as well as school populations so that teachers can relate better to one another, children can relate better to one another, and building community in the classroom. So this will be a part of our mother-daughter experience as well, that mother-daughter secret sauce. And some churches have signed up with us as well for our Vacation Bible School information for the Real Resilience Train. So we're journeying through faith and legacy with that. So those are our announcements. I don't know what happened to the the screen, why it looks like this, but we're going to keep going. StreamYard, y'all doing a lot. You know, they have all of these updates, and they were doing good with the updates at first, but this one I do not like. I can't wait to hit the thumbs down after this. So
It's okay.
yes, and it took me some time to figure out how to get it back right earlier. Let me see if I remember. Oh my gosh. There we go.
No.
Okay, so that brings us to our episode, and we have been walking through season 5, talking about the systems that create resilient schools. So we've talked about everything on the framework to include MTSS alignment, monitoring systems, teacher efficacy, and today we're going to focus on something that helps all of those systems work better, and that is instructional coaching.
Yeah.
So
That's right, Dr. Houston. So one of the biggest misunderstandings about instructional coaching is that it's only for struggling teachers, right?
yes.
But effective coaching strengthens tier 1 instruction for everyone.
Absolutely. And we've talked about how sometimes in education we'll take something good and because of the way we approach it and the messaging behind it, we turn it into a dirty word for people. And that's what has happened with coaching because we have used it so much in a punitive fashion, people don't want it. And so, we got to clean that up. So when tier 1 instruction improves, fewer students need tier 2 and tier 3 intervention. So instructional coaching becomes a preventative strategy and not a reactive one, but you've got to make sure that that messaging is correct in your building. So teacher efficacy grows when teachers believe that their actions impact students and outcomes, and that their belief grows through clear expectations, modeling, effective feedback, practice, and of course, that reflection that Principal Kafele has also taught us about.
That's right. Coaching creates a safe place for teachers to grow their skill set. When teachers feel supported, they become more confident and more effective in the classroom.
Absolutely. And you might have to say that again, Dr. Chunu.
Listen, listen.
That support is something
Mhm.
that really builds teachers up. And that's what we're really here to do. Some people use coaching as a way to, start the documentation process or getting people out, but it should really be to build people up. Instructional coaching works best when it's aligned with the real framework, because when you use respect, then you're having those coaching conversations that are safe and supportive. You're making sure that that messaging comes off correctly. And you've also put some things in the bucket with the teacher before you're coming around to try to correct them. You've put some positive things in their tank first. Then you have the excellence, where you have clear instructional expectations. You've already gone over this. This should be in your instructional manual that everyone has. There should be no questions about what excellence looks like in our building, because that's something that teachers should know, your leadership team should know, and something that we all have calibrated on. Then there's your accountability. This is your follow through with your strategy. So if my team has decided, hey, Dr. Houston's taking science department this week, I'm following through with my conversations, my coaching conversations, my observations. I'm looking at those lesson plans. It's a whole system that is in place, and we follow through. We don't drop the ball. Then you have literacy, strong instructional practices for reading and language develop that is across the curriculum. It's not just all on the ELA teacher. That cannot work that way. You will not increase reading, especially if you have a number of children coming in 2 and 3 grade levels behind in reading, like I had at my school. It has to be the job of everyone. And then there's your leadership, where leaders support the coaches and the teachers, but they are also building everyone up to be leaders of their own work.
That's
So
right.
it's not just you going around managing everybody, it's everybody also learning to manage themselves.
That's good, Dr. Shika. Very good. When coaching aligns to the framework, it becomes part of the system instead of another initiative.
Absolutely.
Teachers
Absolutely.
need to know coaching is about growth and not evaluation. When coaching feels evaluative, teachers will become defensive.
Absolutely. And we talk a lot about building that growth mindset in children, but the growth mindset should be for the entire building. I'm growing as the leader. We are
Mhm.
all growing, and we all show evidence of our growth, especially with our, we had the leadership, student leadership, the handbooks that everybody did. So we had our own accountability manuals where everybody was showing their data and their growth. Data notebooks, it couldn't come to mind for a minute.
Mhm.
So when coaching feels supportive, teachers become reflective, and that's when the real improvement happens. So leaders can play a critical role in the coaching success. They must protect coaching time. That means that you're not using your instructional coach as another administrator. They're not going around doing all of the things that the AP do. It should look very different.
Mhm.
You should also have coaching relationships. Before I chose an instructional coach for my building, if it was a person that I knew could not build relationships, that was not going to be the person for me, because that is very important. If teachers don't trust or don't like this person, then it's not going to happen. And then also that coaching clarity, where they have true expectations and a defined role for their position.
That's good. When coaching is protected, tier one instruction becomes stronger across the entire school.
Absolutely. And that is exactly what you want. You want instructional coaching to not be about fixing teachers. So,
Mhm.
that messaging that we talk about in our formula, it really has to be a message that's going to be received by people. One of the things that I hear sometimes, leaders, instructional leaders, that may be at the district or the school level, they always talk about, oh, we got to build people's capacity and we got to do this and do that. And so when you're saying build capacity, that means that there's a lack of capacity somewhere. That might not be the best way to say
Oh my
that.
God.
Just like we have all of these adult literacy programs, or with the things that we name things do not make it attractive to people to want to gravitate towards it. So you got to be careful about the wording, the messaging, what you call things. I don't say build capacity, because that makes people, it's one of those, to me, it's that bless your heart statement that we use in the South. It means you're not smart. So, kind of stay away from certain things, because even though we use them frequently in education, they will not be received well by adults. You got to remember, we're talking about adults that you're trying to help. It's not that we can't, they don't know the innuendos that we're saying when we say certain things. So you got to be real careful with that.
That's that situational awareness. That's good. When teachers grow, students grow. And when systems support teachers, resilience becomes sustainable.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what you want. You want that resilience to be sustained, because long after you may be gone from a building, you want the systems that you have put into place for your school, your students, your staff to be successful. You want them to be able to be sustained even without you. So, this brings us to the end of episode 237 of the Real Academy. And again, Real Fam, thank you all for keeping Dr. Taylor in your prayers and her family lifted up during this time. She has received an outpouring of messages, flowers, cards, just support. So that really means a lot, especially from people who are, long distances away, people who have never even met her in some instances, besides seeing her virtually every Saturday. So when we say real fam, we know that that is not just words people say. People really are family. And so we, on behalf of her, I know she's going to extend these sentiments as well, but just on behalf of her, thank you. That really means a lot when you are experiencing a loss. So thank you, Dr. Chunu. You have done a fantastic job. I may be calling on you again.
I'll be here for you, sister.
Well, thank you so much.
And thank you
And
for allowing me to join the conversation today. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure to support the work that's being done here. Thank
thank
you.
thank you. And you're doing amazing work in your leadership as well. So having you here to give us your gems as well, all of that matters. So thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So we are the Resilience DoctHers, helping you create and educate so that you can thrive. Please make sure that you tune in next to Principal Kafele's platform. He has some phenomenal guests on again this week, and I know it's going to be a great session as always, just like Principal Sean Hurt's session was previous to us. And then on Sunday, Sensational Sunday, make sure that you join Dr. Marty Moreno and Principal Josh Tovar in the PGP podcast, right back here on Super Saturday, starting off with 10 a.m. Principal Sean Hurt, yours truly, Create and Educate at 10:30, and the Leaders Mentor in the GOAT, Principal Kafele at 11. So thank you all for joining us. We hope that you have a real amazing Super Saturday. Thank you.